Hello, everybody. Welcome to Friday's warm-up. Today we are doing the Hue Fantaisie, or warm-ups to help you tackle that piece. But also, if you don't know that piece, basically these warm-ups will help you in general flute playing as well. So it's just themed around the Hue Fantaisie. So if you have that piece, I would suggest getting your music and you can see how it relates. And I think we're probably just going to get to the first page or so of it. So we're not going too far because I like to do things a little bit slow and detailed. So yes, does everybody, can everybody hear me? Just say hello and your name, where you're from, or just hi is fine. There's probably a little bit of a delay. So I'm just going to, oh, there we are. Thanks, Lindsay. So I'm going to start with a little breathing, just a little bit. But hi, Rachel, from Portsmouth, the posh part. Okay. I haven't been to Portsmouth for a long time, but I'm sure it's lovely everywhere. Hi, Hazel. Okay, so everybody's here. That's nice. So we're going to start with a little bit of breathing. And often when we play, our shoulders will get quite tight. So this little exercise is just a way of releasing any tension in the shoulder. So what we're going to do is just breathe in nice and slow through the nose and then blow out through the mouth. And as we breathe in, we're going to think shoulders down. And as we blow out, we're going to actually intentionally shrug our shoulders up as high as they go, and then bring them down as we breathe in again. Hi, Brian. Okay, so let's start with an in breath and just feel the shoulders drop down. Okay, so now breathing out, you're going to lift the shoulders up. And breathing in, drop the shoulders. Breathing out again. And breathing in. Okay, and then just roll the shoulders a little bit backwards. Hi, Diane. And then the other way, so rolling forwards. And then with your hands up here, feel the whole shoulder and arm movement this time. So rolling back, keep breathing. And then the other way, rolling forwards. That's it. Okay, so you can try that little exercise just to sort of oppose the tendency to tighten up with the shoulders when you breathe in. This is often what people will do in a tense situation. So we want to keep those nice and low. I'm just going to turn that off. Okay, good. So let's get started with some warming up on the flute. So with the Hue Fantaisie, it starts with this big gesture. And we're going to just practice getting a nice full tone and all the way up to a top G. So we'll start with a G and we're going to go through the harmonics series first. So we just finger G and go up to the next harmonics, okay? And try to keep the sound really full as you go up. So don't tighten as you go up. Keep guiding the air up as you go up as well and increasing the airspeed, but not by pinching the lips. just really feel it in the body. Okay, so start with your low G. So if you've got the handouts, you'll see what I mean. So we slur the low G up to the octave first. Then take a breath, and we'll start from that G and go to the next harmonic. And then from that one up to the top G. Now just be careful you don't pinch with this one. Okay, so let's do that one more time just to get used to it, and then we'll go down a note. As you're doing this, you can think of your vibrato as well, just helping to keep the sound free. So you can intentionally do quite a wide and slow vibrato, like whoa, 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 whoa. And that just keeps the stomach a little bit less gripped. It's just more free. Hi, Tandy. Okay, so let's exaggerate our vibratos now, just as a way of opening up the sound. Okay, and then the next two. And then the last two. Okay, so if you haven't annoyed your neighbors yet today, you will be by now, I'm sure. Now, with the vibrato, it's important that you are vibrating above and below the note. So basically, vibrato like this, it's a fluctuation of pitch. So when you use more air, the pitch is going to go up. So that's the peak of your vibrato. But then you relax the sound as well, and that's when the pitch goes under the note. So if I exaggerate it, it's moving above and below. And so just be careful that when you do go under the note, that you don't let those higher ones drop in pitch as well. Try to keep the airspeed nice and fast. And so that's the tricky part with this one. Okay, so you can put some of these vibratos in as you go. I'm just going to play however it comes out. The other way you can try is singing and playing. So let's do the next one, sing and play, which is F sharp. So same exercise, but we're going to sing and play the notes. Ready? So F sharp octave. And then the next two. And then the last two. That's quite hard. You obviously don't have to sing the same note that you are playing, but you could just sing one pedal note. So for example, just one F sharp all the way through that. It's quite a nice thing to do. So if you find that hard, you don't need to do that. It's just a little idea. It helps me anyway open up the sound. Okay, and then the other way to do it is just to play the notes that are written, but with their standard fingering, so not harmonics. So let's try F no, let's do the G one because I've written it out. So let's do the G one again, but as standard fingerings. so you might notice now that you've put those fingerings back that the sound is much bigger than it would have been. So this is a really good way of just getting the sound open without it sounding harsh. So for me, when I hear this piece, I don't want to hear a harsh sound at the top. It just wants to be really glorious and open. So let's carry on with this just for a little bit. Let's do the F series of harmonics. So the note on the F natural. And you can use any of those little different ways. I'm going to do just the harmonics. Yes, Rachel, it is hard, I'm sorry, but you can keep trying it in your own time. It's something I've done a lot, so I'm a bit more used to it, but yeah, it's a good thing to try. E, next one, I'm going to sing and play. Okay, and let's do E flat. Okay, so that's getting everything really nicely warmed up for this nice loud bit at the beginning. In the second line, there's a diminuendo which starts around just in the middle of the first bar. So as we have those 3 Ds, they're going to be, each one is going to be slightly softer. So just think. Getting gradually softer there. You could practice just that skeleton. But the bit that is really tricky in this is that last little bit. And with the B flat, it can often sound like a little flat if you don't lift. So now there's a fingering that can help you, sensitive fingering. E flat, low E flat without this key. So lift up that one and keep your thumb on the B flat key. And it's useful in syrinx as well, but useful in this point of the piece. So in my second exercise, I've written out without the rhythm, but just going up to the top note with a diminuendo. So it's straight quarter notes or crotchets. With a pause on it as well. Okay, so you can play it with the sensitive fingering, or you could play it as a harmonic or as written, but make sure that you are constantly lifting the air as you go up so that the top note isn't flat. Okay, so let's try the one that begins on F. Ready, so just crotchets. And I've also said you can practice this slurred and with the poo attack. So do a little, your lips are closed, and then the air opens them. So try each of those notes on a very soft p. Okay, and then muscle memory, you play it slurred again, but remembering the shape that you had for each of those, just drawing them up. So let's do it one more time on the p. And then join it up slurred. So with that, you really have a nice form with the lips, and that's a really good thing to practice for soft playing. So let's go upper semitone. So this is in B major. Now, if you want to play a soft fingering for top B, or that B, I think it's put all the fingers down, but not the thumb, and keep your little finger off. So all of those, including the G sharp key, and then these three. You see it's quite a lot sharper, so you don't have to work so hard. Remember that pitch bending up is a lot harder and it's less flexible than bending a note down. So if you are struggling for the pitch, these fingerings will help you keep the pitch up. And if you want them all written out, they're in my book, so you have to buy it. But I will tell them to you as we go. Okay, so F sharp. Let's do the P. Okay, now slurred. Now for me, it's very sharp, so actually I have to go down a bit more on that one. If you want it a little flatter, actually you can put the C key down. And you can really go to nothing. It's such a good fingering to have. The next one is going to go up to a top C. Now, if you think of the harmonic for C, it's low F. And so take the thumb off. You hear it's a lot sharper. Put that finger down as well. So fork the F. So if we try that one. It's very easy to get the right pitch on that one. Let's do that one as a purr as well. And then the last one, D flat. This is a common flat note at the top when it's soft. So if you think high D is those two fingers, but then take the thumb off and put those two fingers down. So no thumb. You see it's a lot sharper than the standard fingering for D flat. So that's 2, 3, and then those two at the end, the little finger. So let's try that A flat one. Okay, so we've practiced a lot higher than the B flat, but when you come back to it now, you'll probably notice that it's a lot easier. And that should help you. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Yes, and I'm glad. Thank you, Rachel, for buying the book. I hope it helps you in your practicing. Next one is the fingers, of course. There's lots of tricky sort of fast scales of about 5 notes, and sometimes 8 or 16 notes. So let's do a little bit of Tafnel and Gobert. And I put EJ1, but really it's EJ2 because it's minor. So we're going to do G up to D, G minor scale. Let's do it like that. So it's quick, but give yourself time in between each one to think of what's coming next. So you go and keep your fingers close to the keys, very gentle. So don't grip with your hands. So don't feel like you have to be in time there. Just keep going. Next note higher, let's go A minor scale. And then just one more B flat minor. Okay, so those little bursts will be good. Now join 2 of them up. Go back to G. Now already, just because you're adding notes, you might notice things get tighter. Just try to tell yourself not to allow that to happen. Okay, next one, A minor. And then B flat minor. Okay, so you can just gradually make those chunks a little bit longer. I hope that gives you some ideas on quick things. So when you've got, you can see in the music, there's lots of those sort of fast passages, and I hope that helps. Next bit is the lovely melody over the page. And just to get into the character of this lilting feeling, and then since it's a warm-up, let's do an A major scale with the rhythm of da-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. So this lilting rhythm. Like that. Okay, so let's go up to the top and come back down. Okay, so let's do another one. B flat major. No, let's go down. G major. And then one more, F major. A little bit faster. Good, and then a nice chromatic scale is coming up when it goes, oh, where is this? Yeah, just after figure 6, it's an F sharp going all the way up to the top F sharp. And the big melody comes back. So let's practice a little bit lower and then going above as well. So we're going to do crescendo from the low note and really sing up and then hold the top note. So pause on the top one. So we'll start with on an E. So 2-octave chromatic scale, off we go. And then F, natural. F sharp. And then G. And one more, A flat. So really easy with the fingers and just focusing on that beauty of sound, because it's not particularly fast in the piece, is it? So it's about that speed. Okay, so it's really just about the sound there. So when your focus is on beauty of sound, the fingers can just relax. And if they're tightening, then you can't get the sound that you want. It will just reduce the resonance. So that's a really good way of practicing scales, is just really focusing on beauty of sound and not obsessing with the fingers. That previous one that we did, the Tafnel and Gobert style, you can work a little bit more on finger coordination. But that's it for this week. Next week, we could still do the Hue Fantaisie and cover a couple of the other sort of tricky bits, such as double tonguing, the figure 8 bit, the très vif. And there's also this bit here. Where the embouchure work is quite good. So we could do an exercise based on intervals like that. If that sounds good, maybe say yes. And if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment on the video if you have practiced these exercises and found them useful. It's always good to hear how things are going. How many sessions are you planning to do? Good question. Well, I'm hoping to just keep them going because it's just once a week. So if that's possible, I would try to keep them going and keep them free. I do have a little PayPal thing on my website, so if you're feeling generous ever and want to donate £1, or that would be fabulous, and I can keep these going for free. So yeah, I'm just hoping to keep them going since we're all kind of isolated still at the moment. But it's just nice to warm up with other people. I think it's more friendly, isn't it? So I will keep them going. Give me requests though, because it's always nice when I don't have to think too much about what to do week on week. So if you've got something, a piece that you're working on, an etude that you'd like to do, but it's going to be themed around a warm up, so we'll work on exercises to help you with that. I'm open to all ideas. So yeah, if you have any other questions, pop it in the comments. Yeah, a Nesco is a good one. I actually did a Nesco and Hue Fantaisie in my warm-ups when I did it for Just Flutes. So if you want to have a look at those, they're quite easy to search for on the Just Flutes channel. But this, yeah, I'm happy to do that again. Monty Shardas harmonic section. Well, we'll be doing harmonics every week, so you'll be an expert on that. I don't actually know what that section is. Maybe you could send me a photocopy of that or a scan, so I know, and I can write an exercise for it. Good. Thanks for coming, everybody, and have a good weekend, and I'll see you next week. Bye.